Hi, good Joseph. Good morning.
Good morning, Lakshmi. How are you?
Good. Thank you.
Nice to have you in this beautiful ambience
Of
of
Edify World School Kurnool.
Kurnool. Yes, yeah.
How has been your journey? It's been 3 years that you're associated with this Edify World School Kurnool. And how was your interaction with the parents, with the students, with the teachers, and with the management? Just two lines about it.
Okay, so it has been quite an interesting experience, and I've thoroughly enjoyed, and I continue to enjoy my time out here at Edify World School Kurnool. When I came in the beginning, it was a little strange for me because I have not been in a different environment, in terms of city. So therefore, I felt the approach that I had to take had to be a different journey altogether. And reflecting now, after these 2 to 3 years, I think it has been a wonderful journey. Be it with
Yes.
parents, with the management, with my staff, and of course,
Beautiful children.
obviously, with the children, it's been a wonderful journey.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, I do understand, as being part of Edify for around 12 to 13 years now, definitely it gives us a different kind of experience.
We both have almost the
Same experience as
Edify.
at
Yeah.
Edify. So, shall we talk about what makes you and me, be more attached to Edify, and exclusively what makes Edify World School Kurnool a place to choose for the parents?
Okay. Yeah. So, but before I say that, I must tell you, Lakshmi, that you being a part of Edify World School Kurnool has added a lot of value, and we are really happy that you are a
Thank
part
you.
of this
Thank you.
journey as a school, and for me especially as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So to talk about the uniqueness, the first thing that comes to our minds is obviously the
The
curriculum.
3C curriculum.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
So, as we know, I think it's important for parents to know that our curriculum is IB based, the International Baccalaureate PYP based, and our curriculum has been inspired from that.
Yes.
So, therefore, what happens is our children have an opportunity. I would say more than just opportunity, diverse opportunity,
Right.
to develop themselves,
Yes.
and yet at the same time take responsibility and ownership of their own development.
Yes.
It's not like none of our children would feel, I did this because my teacher said, or I did this because my parents said.
Yes.
I did it because I want to do it.
Yes.
So that I think is the basic element, of our curriculum, wherein our children have the opportunity to develop themselves holistically.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Right. So basically, we nurture the why aspect in the child so
Yeah.
that they can go behind what.
Yes, exactly. So, and that's the reason why we chose Cat Murdoch's
Inquiry
inquiry
cycle.
And the main reason for that is because, as you rightly said, our children know the how rather than the what part of it.
Yes.
Because that is very important. What is very easy. You Google it, you get it. You have a curriculum, you have it there. The what part of it, but the how part of it is what is very important.
And why.
And why. Exactly.
And why, basically. Yes.
Yes.
So basically, why a parent should choose Edify World School Kurnool is one of these unique factor, which is the only school in the Kurnool with IB based curriculum.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the reason why we have chosen that kind of a
3C curriculum,
right?
yes.
Where we have, it's more concept based.
Yes.
Just to talk a little bit about my experience, it's like if you go to, or if the children who come to our school, for
Right.
example, all of them being we were a new school, now we are in the
Yes.
journey of being an
Established school.
So I have seen children, you talk to them, you ask them, for example, where do bees live? So they will say, oh, bees live in a hive. But you twist that question a little and say, can you name an insect that lives in a hive? They're not able to answer it.
Yes.
Because there's so much of content, and this content is done through rote learning.
Yes.
Whereas our children are experiencing that learning part of it.
Right, very right, very right. So that's what. So the pedagogy plays a very, very important role, which a parent must look forward to make sure that the child is learning the concept, where applying it is difficult, I mean very easy when it comes to crack the competitive examinations.
Yes.
And then that's what makes Edify World School Kurnool a very unique
Yeah,
one.
I think you're talking, when you say competitive exams, you're talking about the IIT.
IIT, JEE,
and all that.
or any other competitive
competitions,
examinations,
exactly. Yeah.
which actually are most of the time driven by conceptual and application based questions.
Yeah.
So that will make our Edify World School Kurnool Edifians are able to crack them comfortably because of this pedagogy what we use here.
Yeah, and also to add on to that, as you rightly said, the conceptual part of it, what happens is they are able to apply that in,
Yes.
in the pattern of question,
Yes, yes.
in the thinking, especially the thinking skills.
Yes.
Their cognitive skills are developed.
Yes.
And one example I can give you is, for example, our pedagogy. In our pedagogy, we use Bloom's taxonomy,
Right.
which is all about cognition.
Cognition,
And
yes.
we just don't, generally, if you look at any school, with due respect to all schools across the globe, they usually ask, fill in the blanks,
Right.
one word answer,
Correct.
and things like that.
Right.
But what we do is, we may have that as an element, but as we spoke a little earlier, there is always a why part of it, which is again talking
Yes.
about critical thinking skills,
Right.
their research skills, so
Communication skills.
Yes, which is very important to be successful in these competitive exams. And so therefore,
Agree.
we are actually building in the skills in children, which probably some of the schools think about in grade 6,
Right.
where we are doing it right from the
Kindergarten.
the early years,
Yes.
right up, we are developing that.
Yes.
So what happens is, another advantage for our children who are at Edify is that it's not like, okay, they come one day and boom, they start thinking. It's not
Yes.
like that.
It
becomes a part of their
practice.
blood,
Yes.
So that's what is very unique.
Yes.
And that is how we develop and nurture our children. So if a
Correct.
child has been in Edify over the years, definitely they're going to be successful, not only in their competitive exams, but in life itself.
Life itself. That's agree. Yeah. Also, the prominence what we kind of give with our curated sports education programs, our life skills programs, then our performing arts, which then the visual arts, the drama, the theater. These all are not a standalone things, but they are an integral part of a curriculum. So
Yeah.
what happens is, for the parent,
Yes.
they don't need to really think about giving the child a chance to experience it.
Yeah.
So at EWS Kurnool, I think we are doing it because that is an integral part of your timetable itself.
Yes.
So the children are given an opportunity to experience that, so that probably they can develop interest and
Exactly.
become probably a sportsman or a performing arts specialist or a dramatist or a theater artist, whatever they would like to become in future.
Yeah, and one more thing, Lakshmi, when you're talking about this program, as you rightly said, we don't do it as a standalone,
Yes.
after school kind of a thing. We are already slotted in our timetable. Additionally, what we also do, it is also part of our learning
As well.
So, for example, we are talking about performing arts like dance, for example.
Yes.
So when our children are learning about the metamorphosis of the life cycle of a butterfly. So generally what happens is, the teacher teaches, they may see a video.
Yes.
But what will help in their learning is, let's say they do that as a dance performance and they
Correct.
learn it through that.
Correct.
So you are in a way developing during the entire school day.
Agree.
There is a holistic development for our children.
Correct, correct. Which I think the National Education Policy 2020 is focusing on. And of course I understand that the NEP 2020, the guidelines, the framework and everything is strand based and concentrating towards the holistic progress. Hence I think NEP is going to give us a holistic progress card.
Yes.
As per the new policy, the recent circulars what we have received.
And just to add on to what you said, the NEP policy has come in and is being very active now. But at Edify, we began it way back in 2009.
Yes.
So for us, when school, actually, I've been visiting some of the schools and they find it very challenging to implement the NEP.
Right.
But for us, it's like
It
a
was
walk in
very-
the park.
Yes.
So we don't have to really think now, how are we going to do it? Because it's a part of our curriculum
Yes,
itself.
yes.
And not only in the primary years or in the kindergarten.
It is extended up to grade
Yes.
9, so that the pedagogy of
Exactly.
redoing the research and carry on that MYP part of the IB,
Yes.
that is a middle years program of the International Baccalaureate, is being carried on with some inputs from the Cambridge, wherein the students at grade 6 can choose either the CBSE stream or the Cambridge stream, which
the IGCSE.
which will be coming up within the next couple of years.
Yes.
So I think this is what all the points which makes EWS Kurnool a really, really unique school in this town.
Yeah, and one more thing I want to add, in the uniqueness aspect is about the culture of us.
Yes.
I've had many parents and visitors, and you also have
Yeah.
heard. They say that somehow when you enter into Edifyworldschoolkurnool, they just feel so happy and light-hearted.
Yes.
Okay, so but at the same time, one thing that we want to kind of share probably with parents, because with parents is, everybody is very concerned about the values, about the discipline and things like that.
Right.
So of course we do disciplining in a very respectful way.
Right.
Because the culture of our school is that we need to respect each other irrespective of the age.
Agreed.
Maybe a child is there, but I don't believe in talking down to the child.
Agreed.
But yet at the same time, making the child sit and understand.
Yes.
Probably at home, it's easier probably to whack a child, but then the child does not understand. Has no does not, okay, why are they doing this to me? But in our school, what we do is we have a very strong and well laid out discipline policy.
Yeah.
Wherein we have different levels of behavior.
Right.
And things like that, which even our children know that.
Yes.
But the reason why our approach is this way is because we believe that children need to understand what is the wrong that they've done.
Right.
And it is definitely important for us to handhold them and take them to the next level.
Correct. This begins in our school right from the classroom. The reason
Yes.
being the kind of ambience what we have in our classrooms, like the well ventilated with temperature control, and the requirement for the different kinds of learners, like visual learners, kinesthetic learners,
Yes.
auditory learners,
yeah.
and the way we make them sit. So each and everything, like how to respect each other, how to give time, how to give space for others things, how to communicate with each other. I think our classroom setups are also very, very different, which really makes us or our children, our Edifians, stand out when compared to the others.
Yeah, just to add on to that, maybe parents, it will be nice for parents to know the whole thing about classroom environment is very important.
Yes.
Because that is what facilitates
Their learning.
So if anybody walks into a classroom, generally you and I, we have seen probably in schools, teachers carrying these rolls of charts under their arm and walking. huffing and
Yes.
puffing into the classroom trying to put it up. But the uniqueness about our school is we will find not a single chart prepared
Exact.
by our
By
teachers,
teacher, but it's all done by the
students, and that is actually reflecting their learning.
Yes.
So along with the well ventilated,
Right.
temperature controlled classroom, the color in the classroom, and for a child to see their work on the wall, it's a proud moment.
Yes.
Usually only the best ones work is put on the board, but for us, every child's work is there on the board, and for them the moment you see, Joseph's work is there.
Yeah.
And, so it's a
Reinforcing the confidence in the children,
yes,
actually.
exactly.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah, actually, that I think that is becoming much easier because the classroom strength of our classes is limited to only 30.
absolutely.
So
You
that
hit it.
yeah,
Yes.
that makes a teacher's life also very comfortable, and to give space for each and every child to project their learning.
Yes.
That the teacher can comfortably give them the 40-minute period. The teacher can definitely spend quality time with every child so that the students, each and every child is being an opportunity. So even the classroom strength and size of the classroom also matters for
yeah.
such kind of outcomes.
Yeah, and the reason why we have that size as a smaller size is because it helps the teacher, as you rightly said, to focus on the child, and at the same time it also helps the teacher to ensure that the best comes out from the child.
Right, right.
Be it in terms of the learning, be it in terms of the demeanor, be it in terms. That's why we have things like presentation in the class.
Yes.
Because you're actually not only developing their communication skills, you're building in them confidence.
Yes.
You are helping them to understand the demeanor, the
Yeah.
pronunciation.
Yes.
There are so many elements involved in this. It's like basically it's a marriage that takes place in the classroom.
Correct.
Of all the different
things
to make sure that marriage is a successful one,
Right.
which for us is actually the learning of the children.
Outcome. Yeah, and when you say about the communication and all, I think we definitely must talk about our beautifully, curated library, our labs,
Our phonics
our
program.
phonics program, our robotics lab,
Yes.
which is, I think, one of its kind in Kurnool.
Yeah.
And because which is what we are allowing the children to keep up with the pace of the new gen, whatever we
Yes.
call, I think these all amenities or the equipment or the infrastructure definitely makes the parent to think, or rather consider, Edify World School Kurnool as the one-stop solution of the education for the children.
Yeah, and also along with that, Lakshmi, today the NEP talks about gamification, and I think the first country that spoke about gamification was Finland, and we have gamification in our school in terms of the times table rock stars.
Yes,
And then we
I was just
have
going to tell you that
Yeah.
we have these unique,
Yes.
outside-based programs about. Yeah, please.
and these are all international.
Yes.
It's not something that is, and so basically, things like, as I said, times table rock stars, our class dojo, the star of the week, the star of the month, all these different elements are there in order to bring out the best in
Best
students.
things
So
in
basically
children.
what we're doing is we have culled out a curriculum, an approach, a pedagogy,
Correct.
everything that is internationally,
Yeah.
both from internationally, when I say, I mean about including India as well. We have culled out everything,
Yeah.
and then we have brought it into a platter. So that's why I said,
Yeah.
it's like eating a
Marriage.
thali, or having a wedding,
Like-
things like that.
Yeah, I think last but not the least, I think definitely even our assessments also play a very
Yes.
major role, for the parents to take a call about our school. The reason being, the assessments are definitely the child friendly, but at the same time gives an entire picture for the parent to understand where their child exactly stands in terms of learning.
Yeah.
May it be through coffee mornings, may it be through our learner synopsis days, or may it be
Exhibition.
through our exhibitions. So I think even and which we are not only limiting it to up to primary, we are actually going it up to
Yes.
grade 8 also.
Yeah.
Of course, 9 and 10 definitely needs to be more focused on the examination oriented, but still even there, where most of the schools start making it as a typical traditional conventional school, but I think even our grade 9 and 10 students are also having a great fun of having the mix and match of having a conventional school of learning and of course the extended MYP program of the International Baccalaureate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Joseph, I think we both are at the same place for this past so many years, just because of the beauty of our curriculum and the beauty
what
of our
Edify
pedagogy,
is,
and
the pedagogy.
ultimately, I think what Edify is all about. So I think to educate intellectually, morally, spiritually, I think Edify is the right place.
You said it, and high five to Edify. And it's really, I just a last word to the parents. I think your child needs to be in the school to
Experience it.
and only when your child begins to experience it will you understand the beauty of what we are
Yes.
talking about.
Yes.
So
Welcome to Edify World School Kurnool.
Yes.
To give your child one of its kind of educational learning journey.
It's definitely one of a kind, absolutely. So thank you, Lakshmi,
Thank
and
you,
I really
Joseph.
enjoyed this conversation
Yes.
that we had.
Thank
you very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah.